prezentatsiyasidan bugun bir narsani o'rganasiz. Mana ko'rdimchi. Sekin chiqib ketadi. Himoya qiladi, savol javob sizga ruxsat navbatdagisi chiqsin degandan keyin kuzatib tursam 5-10 minutdan keyin sekin sutishga borib qanday bo'ldi sumkasi ko'tarib chiqib ketadi. Yani befarq. Bu nimani o'qib tayyorlab keldi? Chetdagi 11-chi bo'lib himoya qiladigan odam nimani o'qib o'rganib keldi, nimani topdi, bularni ham o'rganish bu ham ilm. Bir narsani eshitasiz, boyagi lag'monga o'xshagan, maqolga o'xshagan. Mana men o'ylaymanki, bitta mana shu lag'mon haqidagi bitta gapim ko'pchiligingiz oldin eshitmagansiz, bugun esingizda qoladi. Maqsad shu, odam shundan o'rganadi. Boshqa misollarni ham olsak, shuning uchun bu borada sizlarga omad tilaymiz. Juda ko'p shogirdlarimiz ilmiy ishlarga yo'naltirganimiz, sizlarga ham mana shu ustozlaringiz rahbarligida keyingi jarayonlarga omad tilaymiz. Bugun endi himoyani boshlasak bo'ladi. Sizlarning himoyalaringizni eshitib, qisqalonda tavsiyalar berib, bahomizni berib, sizlarni qabul qilib ketishga kelganmiz. Agar shuni prezentatsiya o'lda jilda bo'ladigan bo'lsa, yaxshi baho olmaysiz. Marhamat, birinchi kim? O'z sifat qo'yaverasiz. Mana. Mantroba isroildan tanishlarmi? Qayerda nima qaysi mavzuda ishlagan kishi? O fransuz tili mutaxassisligi. Siyosiy siyosatdan kishi PhD yoqlaganlar. Qaysi sohada ilmiy ishlagan bilish kerak. Marhamat qilasiz, marhamat tanishtirish kerak. Prezentatsiyadan chiqamiz.
Demek himoya jarayonida darslar yurak yutib chiqqan magistrimiz Qurbonova Sabina Nurali qizi. Demek mavzulari lexical semantic features of medical terminology in English and Uzbek. Sizga reglament doirasida 10 daqiqa vaqt ajratiladi. Iltimos asosiy joylarini bizga yetkazib bersangiz. Ilmiy rahbarlari Nurali marhamat.
Flashga tiqilishga qayerda edi?
Qurbonova Sabina Nurali.
Qaysidan boshlaydi? Yo'q, qo'yma. O'zingga ekan. Qaysi bo'lmoqchi? Nechta qaysi?
Hamma taqdimotlar bizda joyga ko'chirib qo'yish kerak.
Hozir.
Har bittalariga shu vaqt ketadigan bo'lsa, necha vaqtda o'tirasiz?
Mana bu ishlaydimi?
Bo'ldi, kelgan.
Qaysi bo'lib ketadigan? Avdiki ismat aka. Qaysi ish?
Siz aniq qiling.
Kasb qilasiz.
O'zingiz ketsin.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, dear teachers and dear students. Today I'm here to defend my master's degree, and my dissertation's topic is lexical semantic features of medical terminology in English and Uzbek languages. And my scientific supervisor is Narmuradov Zaineddin Rajapovich, Doctor of Science, DS, and Professor, yes, Associate Professor. Professor? Okay, sorry. Okay, here we are going to conduct my presentation with starting presentation structure, and here you can see the structure of my presentation. And and research background and rationale. First of all, scientific gap. Medical terminology in English and Uzbek has not been systematically studied from a contrastive lexical semantic perspective, especially in respect of dental terms. And social relevance. Uzbekistan's healthcare transformation demands principled terminological regulation and standardization across disciplines. And what is we are lacking now is absence of bilingual manuals or glossaries and dictionaries in both English and Uzbek medical terminologies. And let's look through our aim, objective, and research methods. First of all, what is our objective for doing this dissertation? Studying modern theoretical approaches to terminology and investigate its lexical semantic side in both relative languages, and classify medical terms by its structure, etymology, and function. And also, we try to analyze the translation challenges between these distant languages, and and what kind of methods I have used for my dissertation is etymological method, first of all, and componental and comparative semantic translation and definitional methods I have used for my dissertation. And the total volume of my dissertation in 93 pages and 3 chapters, and more than 50 sources you can see in my dissertation. And what I have done practically for this topic, I have published 2 theses and 1 article in this subject. And the main core of my dissertation, what is scientific novelty in this dissertation? First, systematic contrastive lexical semantic study of English and Uzbek medical terminology, identification of shared universals and language-specific features in 2 terminological systems, and novel adaptation of semic analysis and semantic network theory. And we have looked through 4 historical strategies of Uzbek dental terminology documented for the first time. Next slide. Theoretical foundation of medical terminology. Here you can see English, both linguistics, Uzbek, and Russian and Latin studies. Okay, English terminology is largely derived from Greek and Latin roots, while Uzbek medical terminologies are derived from Arabic, Persian, or Turkish roots, or borrowed from Greek Latin languages. Next slide. Defining characteristics of terminology. And here you can see the chart of medical lexicon by etymology, Greek derived, Latin derived, modern language, and English native. Here you can see the most percentage of medical lexicon is derived from Greek, and the second is Latin. The smallest amount of medical lexicon is derived from is English native terminologies. Next slide. Okay, Greek and Latin morphological system and medical English. And we have categories, prefixes, roots, and suffixes, combining forms in English medical terminology, and it is left to right prefixation morphological system. It has, and it is function, for example, prefixes, position, degree, time, and quantity. For example, endo, it is inside, degree, hyper, it is the most, and the hypo, it is the less, and poly is also the meaning of quantity. And you can see roots and the other. Uzbek medical terminology, agglutinative morphology. You know, Uzbek is agglutinative language while English is fusional analytic, and these language groups are from irrelative language families, and it is morphological and lexical semantic analysis is also different. Next slide. Okay, our second chapter is about contrastive lexical semantic analysis of medical terms in English and Uzbek. And here we can see monosymy, polysemy, synonymy, antonymy, and hyponymy. And monosymy, you know, it is a one concept, one meaning, and it is ideal for terminology in general. And also we have polysemy as well, synonymy, and you know, synonymy is multiple forms which are connected, which are giving only one concept. And antonymy, as I mentioned it before, hyper, hypo, pre, pos, this kind of prefixes is also antonymy. Hyponymy, hierarchical taxonomy, organization, classification, tips. Okay, morphological classification of medical terms. Here you can see terms can be simple, derived, compound, or multi-word and abbreviation and hyponymy. A simple term, rash, shock, pulse, derived. Antibacterial, hypertension, compound, electrocardiogram, and multi-word acute myocardial infarction. Abbreviations here you can see, and hyponymy. And it is Uzbek equivalence. And here you can see also we don't have in most cases we don't have the equivalent of abbreviations in medical terminology. Next, okay. Etymological strata of Uzbek medical terminology. We have 5 strata in medical terminology of Uzbek language, and it is the first native Uzbek Turkic, Arabic Persian, Russian Soviet era, Greek Latin, and direct English borrowings. Next slide. Here you can see functional systematic classification with English and Uzbek parallels, and it is the functional categories of Uzbek native term dominance and antonymy, psychology, pathology, diagnostic, therapeutic, and pharmacy and specialties. Sorry, antonymy.
Anatomy.
Anatomy, sorry. Anatomy, psychology, physiology. Sorry. Physiology, pathology, diagnostic, therapeutic, pharmacy, specialties. Sorry. Next slide. Okay, synonymy and antonymy in medical terms. Synonymy can be absolute synonym, near synonym, or quasi-synonym. Absolute synonym is complete, interchangeable, rare, and near synonym is registered, and quasi-synonym is partial overlap. Next slide. And the last chapter of my dissertation is about lexical semantic features and translation problems of dental terms. And dental terms as a subsystem of stomatological medical vocabulary, you know, and Uzbek dental lexicon, native, descriptive, plus borrowed international term exist. Okay, anatomical, pathological, diagnostic, procedural, and materialist terms you can see, and for phrase, Turkic native, Arabic Persian, Soviet Greek Latin, and direct English. Next slide, please. Okay, synonymy in English, dental terminological register analysis. Dental, clinical, technical terms, near synonym, it is late and colloquial types of synonym and context usage. Here you can see dental caries, tooth decay or cavity. And type of synonym, register based near synonymities, and clinical WhatsApp patient communication. The next, dual terminology in medical in Uzbek dental vocabulary. Okay, English clinical terms. Here you can see English clinical, and it is native Uzbek descriptives and Uzbek borrowed forms and preferred register. Dental caries tish tirişe, Uzbek borrowed version is tish caries, and it is late and clinical register. Next. Comparative lexical semantic features, English vice Uzbek dental terminology. Morphological type, in English dental terminology. Fusional analytic, it is compounding plus derivation. While Uzbek dental terminology, agglutinative suffix chain derivation. And primary etymological source, Greek and Latin morphemes, it is English. And native Turkic, Arabic, Persian, Greek and Latin, it is Uzbek dental terminology. Next. Okay, translation strategies. Here you can see 4 types of translation strategies I have used in translating. First, transliteration. It is phonological adaptation to Uzbek orthographic convention. Karis, pulpit, dignibits, dingbits. And second, kolk, long translation. It is tooth ache, tish ağrığı, wisdom tooth, akıl tişi, milk teeth, süt dişler. And the third, descriptive translation. It is expansion into an explanatory phrase when other strategies fail. For example, root canal, dizik kanalını davalaş. TMJ disorder, çekke paski cam boğumu təsəllidir. It is. And the last one, hybrid adaptation, combination of borrowed plus native elements in one term. Dental caries, diş kariyesi, root canal, irdis kanalı. Next slide. Okay, what kind of challenges I have faced in this dissertation?
Sabina, conclusion, please.
Okay, conclusion.
It's already 10 minutes.
Okay. Conclusion and practical significance it is. Here you can see identified shared universals, Greco-Latin heritage, and they were documented the 5 stratum etymological structure of Uzbek medical vocabulary with historical dating, and established the dental polysemy arising from professional context, expansion period, Kruse and Jacob Johnson. Confirmed that anatomy in both systems is paradigmic and encoded via prefixes or private suffix system. What is practical? Development of bilingual English and Uzbek medical dental dictionaries, manuals, or glossaries. Design of lecture courses in linguistics, lexicology, and terminology.
Kısmında yazıyorsun. Senin amel ahamet dediğin gibi görmüşsün mü?
Ne istiyorsun?
Bu da benim olmuyor.
African
Kelime sonra. Bunu. Doğru cevap kısmı bir tanesi.
Thank you for your attention, and you're welcome if any kind of questions you have.
Sabina.
Okay.
Ben o üçüncü çok geldiğinde to'xtatib bir tengizga o'tib olganimni aytaymi? Birinchi mana muammo. Har bir sohada shunaqa muammo bo'ladi. Qanday muammo bor? Keyin uni yechimi beriladi. Siz tarjima strategiyalarini aytdingiz. Mana shu tarjimadan mana bunaqa transliteratsiyadan foydalandim, transpozitsiyadan foydalandim, kalkadan foydalandim deb strategiyalar qilinganlarni aytyapsiz. Endi tarjima muammolar haqida gapiramiz. Teskarida sizniki. Avval muammoni aytib keyin yechimni aytmaydimi? Hayajon emas, o'z strategiyasi to'g'ri. Planingiz to'g'ri. Planda mana dissertatsiya planini ochiq qaradigan bo'lsak, Mana 3-chi bob General Characteristics of Dental Term. General Characteristic ma'lum bo'ladi birinchi bobda. Mana bu yerga esa tarjima haqida gapirishga, tarjima qilishliklari mana bu tarjima bo'yicha yechimlar. Buni ana shunday nozik tomonlari bor. Endi tepasiga qaytamiz sizga. Ana 3-bobda birinchi savol bo'ladi. Mana misol uchun meditsina sohasiga doir terminlarni ko'ryapsiz. O'tirib gapiraveramiz. Shu yerda aytyapsizki, dental terminology qanaqa? Umuman nechta semantik guruhga bo'ldingiz tibbiy terminologiya?
Ularni men sinonimlarga, antonimlarga,
Leksik semantik guruhlarga bo'ldingiz, qanday leksik semantik guruhlarga?
uni morfologikal jihatdan qildim.
Tushunmaysiz. Leksik semantik guruhdagi stomatologiya, dentologiya, tish kasalliklari, ichki kasalliklari, gigiyenaga qarshi bunga doir ham sohasi ko'p meditsinaning.
Only dental.
Nima bo'lsa birdan dental demaymiz, meditsina deb keng olasiz.
Chunki siz mavzuyimiz sizga bergan mavzu umumiy keng berilganida, keyin men 3-bobimda uni specialized maxsus o'zimga olib ajratib oldimda. Mavzudan chetga chiqib keta olmayman. Umumiy berilgan.
Ajratib olib sizga kim so'zlaydi? Sizga meditsina terminologiyasini o'rganib bergan bo'lsa, siz faqat dentalni ko'rgan bo'lsangiz, boshqasini nima ko'rganmaysiz? Agar o'zgaradigan bo'lsangiz,
birinchi, ikkinchi chapterlarimda so'z iloji boricha o'sha qisqacha medical terminologyni to'liq ko'rib o'tilgan va 3-chapterda esa yangilik qilish maqsadida unga alohida qilib dental.
Agar shunday bo'ladigan bo'lsa, vaqti
yana ham uni ko'proq
ta'limlarni mana himoya paytida aytish kerak edi. Temasi shu, ana shu qisqartirib dentalga o'zgartirilsin deb nomni o'zgartirib qo'yishdi.
Bularni kafedra himoyasida emas, 2-semestrlarimda qachonda men kirgandim. Ularga rosa e'tiroz berdim. 2-marta yana qayta topshirib qanaqa o'tib ketib qoldi bilmayman. Bularga hammasiga e'tiroz bildirib chiqdim. Rejasigacha hatto. Rejalari ham xato edi. Lekin o'tib ketib qoldi. Men hozir himoyani ko'ryapman mana shularni.
Bo'pti, bu yerda qilamiz, lekin bu yerda juda ko'p hamma eshitib olsin. Men bu qizni farazligini birinchi marta ko'rib turishim hayotimda. Lekin ish ilmiy ish. Nizom talablari asosida bajarilishi kerak. Shuning uchun senga degan ishlaringni ochib berish uchun savollarni qilishni savollar beramiz. Ishning kirish qismida ilmiy tadqiqot olib borish uchun siz aytyapsizki, definitional metoddan foydalandim, etymology semantik metodlar. Nima degani? Tilshunoslik metodlar nima? Bu metodlarni aytingchi. Ya'ni etymology metodi degan metod bormi tadqiqot olib borishni? Mana bilamiz, tilda tadqiqot olib borish uchun qiyosiy metod bor, statistik metod bor, lekin etimologiya metodi nima u?
metod sifatida emas.
Yo'q, kechirasiz. Kechirasiz, birinchi sohaga ayting. Metod degan joyiga o'z so'z bilan aytasiz. Siz kameraga ham zapis bo'ldi. Mana yerga bo'lsa. Definitional metod degan metod bormi tilda tadqiqot olib borish? Bu ham xato. Keyingisi. Bir savol, mana register analysis deb aytdingiz 3-bobda. Register degan so'z nimani o'zbekchada tushuntiring? Yo'q, uslub, stil uslub. Style uslub. Register degan nimani tushunasiz?
What can I say?
O'zbekcha
masalan, I think registerni lay and clinical register. Lay bo'lsa qanday bo'ladi, clinical bo'lsa qanday bo'ladi? Masalan, biz aytamiz hypertension.
Register degan qolip degan. U yoki tushunchani misol uchun qanday ma'nosi bor? Biz odamlar qanday qolib qo'ysa qabul qiladi.
Masalan, o'sha dental termsni stomatologiya sohasida tushunilishi va oddiy bir xalq
Shuni aytish kerak menga, motor yani. Ana anlamoqchi bo'lasiz. Ma'lum hozir savol beraversam, ikki qo'yishga to'g'ri keladi. Siz yaxshi savol bering vaqti bil.
Sabina, your dissertation work is very important and useful. Can you use or can you speak about methods? What do you?
O'shanda qilamiz.
Yana qo'shimchalar bor edi-da, hozir men eshitolmayapman oxirigacha. Qo'shimcha metodlar ham berdingiz-ku yana. O'shalardan so'ramoqchi edim-da.
Bu yerda siz asosan
Nimaga asoslanib o'shalarni berdingiz?
asosan bu yerda ikkita bir-biriga qo'shni bo'lmagan tillar bo'lgani uchun asosan kontrastiv analizis bo'lgan deyapti ustoz. Keyin hop, uni komponental tarzda, semantik jihatdan, translation jihatdan, ya'ni translation deganda uni to'rtta turni ko'rib chiqdik, o'sha jihatlardan o'rganilgan. Va ustoz boya ta'kidlab o'tganda etimologiyasini kiritishi bu meni xatoyim bo'ldi. Uni metodga kiritmasligim.
Bitta qiziqarli fakt ko'zi o'ziga tortdi-da mana prezentatsiyangizda. Isroilova aynan tibbiy leksikaga oid ish qilgan deb aytib o'tdingiz. Tanishtira olasizmi? Qanaqa ish qilgan? Kim? Sizni dissertatsiyangiz bilan aloqasi qanaqa? O'zbek tilshunoslaridan shu o'rgangan deb aytib o'tdingiz.
Bu taqdimotda bo'lmoqchi.
Mana prezentatsiyada ko'rib qoldim.
Xabar bu, o'sha.
Aynan
Shu sahifaga qaytarib turing-da. Nima deysizmi?
Lekin saq.
O'sha o'qiydi.
Sabinaxon, siz xulosa chiqarib oling bulardan. Biz sizni mana misol uchun bu yerdan chimchish qilingan. Boblarimizni aytamiz. Bu bo'yicha mavzuning boblarini ajratish bo'yicha domlalarga gaplashib olaman. Boshqa savollaringiz bo'lmasa, o'tirib
Rahmat Sabina.
Rahmat ustoz.
bu har bir to'g'ri. Mana misol uchun To'raqul so'rab kimni? To'raqul Ahmadmi, Eshmatmi yozish kerak yo'q. Keyin yana bitta narsa, gapiraversak chiqib kelaveradi. Mana To'raqulov Husanovda qaysi birinchi yo'qolgan bo'lsa, qaysining ishi birinchi bo'lsa, birinchi turish kerak. Xronologiyada. Birinchi emas u. Aralashyapti. Ben İngilizcesi ham xuddi shunaqa, ruschasi ham shunaqa. Xronologik ketma-ket. Birinchi Eshmat nima degan? Keyin Toshmat nima degan? Ivanov nima degan? Keyin oxirida nima bo'ldi? Adabiyotlar qaradim. Bo'pti.
Rahmat Sabina.
Rahmat ustoz.
Nima rahmat aytasiz? Rahmat aytasiz degan yo'qsa bilmayman. Yiqiladi.
Keyingi navbat magistrant Qudratov va Laylo Farhodqiga demak magistrlik dissertatsiyasi mavzusi nomi ingliz tili darslarida o'quvchilarning tingla tushunish kompetensiyasini rivojlantirish texnologiyalari.
Ilmiy rahmat o'zicha.
Assalomu alaykum.
Mana bu nimaning taqdizlari ko'rdim.
Assalomu alaykum hurmatli ustozlar. Bugun o'sha magistrlik akademik darajasini olish uchun yozgan dissertatsiyamning tadqiqotini sizlarga ochib bermoqchiman. Ilmiy rahbarim Bekzod ustoz Abbosovich Qudratov. Demak, dissertatsiyamning mavzusi ingliz tili darslarida tinglab tushunish kompetensiyasini rivojlantirish texnologiyalari. Demak, dissertatsiyamizning ko'rinishi shu tarzda bo'ladi, ya'ni tadqiqotning dolzarbligi asosan beriladi birinchi bo'lib. Undan so'ng tadqiqotning maqsad va vazifalari, tadqiqotimizning ilmiy yangiligi, tadqiqotning obyekt va predmeti, undan tashqari tadqiqotning o'rganilganlik darajasi, ya'ni qanday olimlarning asarlaridan foydalanilganligi haqida ma'lumotlar berib o'tiladi. Birinchi bobimizda tinglab tushunish ko'nikmasini rivojlantirishning nazariy va metodik jihatlar, ya'ni asosan nazariy jihatiga e'tibor qaratiladi. Ikkinchi bobimizda esa tinglab tushunish ko'nikmasini o'qitish jarayonida zamonaviy texnologiyalardan foydalanish. Ya'ni asosan bugungi kunda ta'lim tizimida dars berish jarayonida zamonaviy texnologiyalarning o'rni salmoqli hisoblanadi. Shuning uchun aynan mana shu jihat asosida ikkinchi bob yoritib berildi. Uchinchi bobimizda esa tinglab tushunish jarayonida o'qituvchi va o'quvchi faoliyatining o'zaro bog'liqligi, ya'ni asosan dissertatsiya davomida o'tkazilgan tadqiqotlarning natijalari haqida ma'lumotlar berib boriladi.
Chiqdi.
The recording has stopped.